G'day folks, today I'm going yabbying. I'm going to catch lots of big yabbies and it's very, very windy. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now first of all, I apologise if the audio is bad from time to time in this video. It's a very windy day. Now I am going to catch lots of big yabbies today, and I'll tell you why I know that. Because the reconnaissance work has already been done. I put a net in this dam the other day and I caught some yabbies. Let me explain. About 3 or 4 years ago I made a yabbying video in here with meat and string and I caught heaps of yabbies. This dam was an absolute ripper, but then I think it was 2018 in the summer, the dam dried up, bone dry. It was dry as a chip for months on end. You could walk across it, it was so dry. Then later that year it filled back up when it rained. I come and put some yabby nets in and I caught nothing. Then last summer I came, I put some yabby nets in here again, still nothing. And I thought the dam's stuffed. Then this week I decided to throw a collapsible bait trap in here just for a bit of a reconnaissance. I put it in for about 3 hours and I kid you not, it must have had 20 or 30 very big yabbies in it. So I didn't even touch them, I didn't count them. I unzipped the net, tipped them all back in the dam and thought I'm going to come out here yabbying when I get a chance because there's a lot of yabbies in this dam. So my expectations are sky high. Now I'm using 3 open top lift nets. In one, this one here, it's got dog food for bait. The dog food's down here and I've only just noticed that now. I had a mishap climbing through the fence and I tripped over the net and I've just realised that that happened. In this net here, I've got the remains of a recently deceased redfin. I've got the redfin head, the redfin backbone and a bit of tail. And in this one here, I've got a chunk of venison. So open top lift nets, venison, redfin, dog food. Let's get the nets in and see how we go. Righto. The Josh Warby bait holder. This was sent to me by Josh Warby. It's reloaded with dog food after I kicked it open climbing through the fence. I've got a couple of sinkers in there just to help it sink. I don't want the net to sit like that or the yabbies will walk out. So I'll put some weight in the bottom. Let's get the nets in. Right, net number 1 can go just in there. Net number 2, the redfin net, can go up here. I haven't got my gumboots on so I can't walk through there. I was going to put this net in that corner, but net number 3 with the venison can go there. Right, now all 3 nets are in. The current time is 1:42. I'll check them at 2 o'clock. That'll give them about 18 or 19 minutes. And then how well I go will determine how frequently I check the nets after that. If they're no good, well I might give them an hour. If there's heaps, well I might only need to check them every 15 minutes. But I'll start with 15 or 20 minutes and then take it from there. Right folks, it is 2:01. Time for the first check, or the impatient check. What have we got? Not much. AKA nothing. Expectations were high and I'm feeling a little bit let down, but that's okay. I'll give them longer this time. Right, net number 2. Still nothing. I wonder if it's the day. Yesterday was really warm and humid. Today it's really cool with a dry southwesterly wind. I wonder if the wind's got something to do with it. Right, so far nothing out of the first 2 nets. I'm a bit disappointed. But net number 3, I got 1. Oh, I've got 3, I got 4, 5. None in the first 2, but 5 in this one. 1, 2. He's too small to keep to eat, so I'll put him back. Oh, let go, mate. 3, 4, 5. Nothing in the first 2. And then 5 in the third net. Is it the position of the net that's better, or is venison better than dog food or redfin? Let's put that back where it was. I'll give them a bit longer this time now. I might give them an hour or so, I reckon. But I've kept 3 and put 2 back. They're not monsters, but they're big enough for a feed, and I can put them back later if I get bigger ones. I can upsize. That's the starting point. I'll put some water in with them and a bit of grass, and they'll be fine. Now, I hope you enjoyed those lightning photos. I took those photos last night on the outskirts of Wangaratta. Last night's lightning show was nothing short of just amazing. Anyway, it's been just under an hour. Let's see how I went. You see, whoa, 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 look at this. Look at this. Look at those big ones. There's 5 really big yabbies in there. I don't need these ones that I kept before. They can go back in now. Look at the size of them 5. These are the ones I kept earlier. I don't want them. They're okay if there's no bigger ones. But as long as you've got big ones like the kahunas that I've just pulled out of this net, then they're not needed. Have a look at this. They're good yabbies. They are good yabbies. 1, 2, 3, check for eggs. Nice big black yabbies. 4, the biggest one of the net is up here in the corner. And I'm going to get a photo of that. It's hard to believe that only last summer this dam had nothing in it, and the summer before that it was bone dry. And now here it is, chock-a-block full of big yabbies. I'll put the grass back in there so they can keep themselves separated from each other. Oh, my redfin's coming undone here. 5 big black yabbies on the redfin. This is a redfin that I filleted just recently. It's a Lake Hume redfin actually. Now, there are people out there that think that dead fish can spawn. I promise you that redfin is not going to spawn and populate this waterway with redfin. Oh, good throw, Robbie. The net's under my bucket. Hang on. Too busy being stupid. I'm happy. Can you tell? You're a beauty. Can I beat 5? So far I've had 4 pulls, and 2 of them have had yabbies, and they're 5 each. Oh, look at this. The old dog food's not doing too great. Only 2 in here. That one's too small. Get him back before he nips me on the finger. That one's... yeah, I reckon I can do better than that. I'll throw him back. He's not a tiddler, but I'm going alright. I'm not sure whether the camera's picking it up, but you can see heaps of little weeny parasites on that yabby. If you're ever cooking yabbies and they've got them parasites on them, the best way to get rid of those parasites is to purge the yabbies in salt water. Once they're in salt water, they should just fall off those things. Oh, I've done it again. Have I done this before or what? Right, 5 is the record from one net. I've done it twice. What have we got this time? I've got one, it's got 3. One keeper. And when I say it's a keeper, it's not Ian Healy. He was a keeper, he was a wicket keeper. Mate, I'm going to call you the clock because you've got one big hand and one small hand. And That one there, even though it's not a bad yabby, he can go back, and same story with this one. See you later, mate. So that's 5, 6, 10 plus 5 early, so I've caught 15. I'm going to try and keep count. So far I've caught 3 times in a row. I stood on the bloody string, you idiot. I'm going to try and keep count. Now it's a bad throw. Come on! Come on, Robert, come on! 3 times in a row. What about now? That's better, like Roger Federer. Right, I've got 3 nets in. I've caught 15 so far. I've kept the 5 biggest ones. I'm going to try and keep count. Normally I lose count. Let's go away for an hour. Right, it's hard to believe that it's been an hour since I caught those 5 big yabbies in one go. I just knackered myself on the fence coming in. Anyway, let's see how many yabbies we get this time. Big ones, big ones, big ones. Look at them all. Oh yes. The redfin net has struck again. Woohoo. Big yabbies. Big yabbies. They are beautiful big yabbies. They're not the biggest I've ever caught, but they are nice, big, chunky yabbies. Let's let go, mate. Let go. I've already lost count. There you go. Get back in there, you imbecile. Alright, just joking. See you later, mate. That sounds better. Woohoo! I didn't even count how many was in there then. Must have been 7 or 8, I reckon. Now the dog food net. It's kind of been a bit of a underachiever today, the dog food net. They're certainly not enjoying the dog food today. One wee little one. See you later, mate. That's it. Wow. Redfin heads and guts and tails. Redfin. They're loving the dead redfin. And I think this had 4 or 5 in it last time, but there was only 1 keeper. The others were small, I think. Oh, yes. Look at that. There's 3, but 2 of them are nice big ones. This is shaping up to be an absolute ripper of a yabbying session. Mate, stand up. Let go. I've got to be a little bit careful here because they are right. Now get this big one out. What's black and green and soon to be red? This yabby, because it's going in the pot. And this little piggy can go back into the dam. Bon voyage. This is awesome. I am, got to stop standing on the rope and but be careful here, there's not much string left on there. That's that's in a bad way. Alright, I'll just throw, I might throw it in close. Just a bit uncomfortable with that, string. It's nearly on the way out. I said earlier that I was going to keep count. I failed, I've lost count. I think I've kept around about a dozen or so, probably thrown 20 or so back. Last time I checked them I was up to 15. I'd caught 10, then 5 the time before that, and I reckon I caught 6 or 7 in there alone. 8 and a dozen, 15. I reckon I'm around about 28 to 30 yabbies, at a guess. Right, it's time for the second last check. It's been a bit over an hour since I checked them last, and this net has been the super net of the day. And this time it's only got 1. No, it's got 2. One's a nice big fat chunky yabby, the other one's marginal. They both went in. Oh well. Trying to get the bigger one to let go. I was going to put that other one back. He's marginal, he's not too bad, so he can stay. Now, after I check these now, just ripped around the bloody bucket again. After I check these now, I'm going to go home and come back after tea and check them later on for the last time. So they're going to get an epically big soak after this one. Now to the underperforming dog food net, which is still, oh, it's got one. It's got one, quite a nice size one actually. Not a monster, but he'll do. The old dog food's just not cutting the mustard today, is it? Let's see if I can throw this net back in without standing on the string. I didn't stand on the string, but I stuffed the throw up. Ah, what's wrong with me today? That'll do. Didn't take long. Right, the venison net with the damaged green string. I've got to be a bit careful here. I know I've got it on the inside of the damaged string. I left it in shallow this time. Oh yes, and it's paid dividends. Your beauty. Be careful where I put my finger here. That's a beautiful big yabby. So's that. And so's that one-armed bandit. That might be his other arm. And mate, you can go back and grow big. Right folks, the next check won't be for a couple of hours, and that will be the last check of the night. Righto folks, the sun has gone, but the wind hasn't. Still very windy. It's been 3 hours since I checked this net and I'm excited. I love yabbying. I could catch yabbies until the cows come home. Actually, I'd rather catch cows until the yabbies come home. That's a Groucho Marx line, that one. Look at this. After 3 hours, the redfin net has caught one. That's a big one, but it's the only one in the net. I won't take the bait out yet. I'll check the other nets first while I've still got a bit of light. That's funny. One yabby in 3 hours. But this one hadn't done much for me today. It's caught none in 3 hours. Starting to get the idea that maybe the daytime's a little bit better when the sun's out. That was Groucho Marx. He said, I could dance with you till the cows come home. On second thoughts, I'd rather dance with the cows until you come home. I love the old school comedians. They are the best. What about the venison net? Nothing. The last check was an absolute anticlimax. One yabby. But I'm going to throw him back. Mate, today's your lucky day. See you later, mate. Well folks, that was a bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it? After such an epic afternoon of yabbying, I just caught one in the last check of the nets. That was the worst check for the whole afternoon, but I can't complain because I've had a pearler of a day. The yabbies I took home earlier, I counted them, I kept 16 decent sized yabbies. I've kept 16 big yabbies, and I've probably thrown 20 or 30 back. I've had a fantastic afternoon. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this epic yabbying adventure. If you have, want to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.